So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and even liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our discussion of money and wealth through all 12 ascendants in Vedic astrology. And in this particular video, we are going to discuss with regards to Leo ascendant. Okay. I've already made 4 videos for the Aries, Taurus, Gemini and Cancer. If you haven't watched that video, just go to my playlist section. You can find the money and wealth series up there. Okay. This video is also a part of same series. You can also find many other videos with regards to the money and wealth. Okay. So if you want to understand your money roadmap, which you have bring forward in this life, please do watch this video. If you are even right now having some sort of financial instability, if you want to understand the timings and much more insights over the savings investment part, this video is going to be very, very helpful for you. Okay. So first of all, in this video today, we are going to discuss few topics that I would like to give you one overview. Initially, we are going to discuss the money and wealth houses. Okay. So in Vedic astrology, there are 3 houses. Second house, 11th house and 12th house. These are the money and wealth houses. You see, this is second house, this is 11th house and this is 12th house. Now, if you are not familiar with the houses and what this is, I will explain you in a moment. You see the box, this first box, this is actually the first house in Vedic astrology. And 5 number is written up there. So 5 number is the zodiac sign of Leo. Okay, this is first house, this box. This is second house, third, 4th, 5th house, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th house, 11th house and 12th house. So these are the 12 houses. The numbers which are written up there, these are the zodiac signs. Okay. So if you see the 5 number is written in the first house, it means you are Leo ascendant. Now ascendant is also the same thing. Leo rising is the same thing. Lagna is also the same thing. First house is also the same thing. So don't get confused. If in your chart 5 number is written up there, it means you are Leo ascendant. Okay. So we are going to discuss with regards to first of all the money and wealth houses. Next, we are also going to discuss regarding 5th, 7th and 9th house. This is the 5th, 7th and 9th house. So how the 5th, 7th and 9th house will help you in the contribution of the money and wealth. We are also going to discuss with regards to the activation of certain RajYogas or activation of certain Laxmi yoga. Laxmi mean wealth giving yoga. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss the Rahu and Ketu axis. So what is the impact of Rahu and Ketu in your horoscope specifically with regards to money and wealth? So we will also cover up. Now this is next is very interesting. It's the Gati of planets. Now Gati simply means the speed actually. This is a new topic. Although I have made one live session over the Gati of the Graha. If you want to watch, you can go to my live section. You will easily find the Gati of planets. Gati have just to do with the speed of a Graha. So there are certain slow moving planets, certain fast moving planet. Okay. So the slow moving planets have the capacity to give slow wealth. Fast moving planet have the capacity to give you fast wealth. So we'll discuss the speed of the planets and how that is going to impact your earnings, your expense, investment and even savings. And lastly, we will also discuss regarding the retrogression and combustion. Okay. So if the planets are retrograde, combust in the money and wealth houses, but how that is going to impact you. And last one is the timings part. Timings is very important actually. Okay. If you want to understand the timings when I'm actually going to receive the money and wealth or any other important timings with regards to job change, business and these kind of things. So we are going to cover up in the timings. Okay. So this is the content which we are going to discuss in this video. I even request all of you to please watch this video till end. Otherwise, you are going to miss out everything because each and every aspect is connected with the other aspect here. Okay. So please watch this video till end. Let me start with the second house, 11th house and 12th house. These are the money houses in Vedic astrology. Now see, this is the 11th house. It's your 12th house and it's the second house. So first of all, let's try to understand what are these 3 houses in Vedic astrology. For every ascendant, because houses are fixed. Okay. So the 11th house, 12th house and second house, these are very, very important houses. 11th house represents your incoming gains. Okay, so whatever the money that you are going to receive on monthly basis or daily basis is seen through your 11th house. Even if you want to understand your earning potential, whether you have the capacity to earn 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 10 million or $1 billion, that is also seen through the 11th house. 11th house also represents your income sources. Like if you want to see whether you have capacity to have more than one income stream in your life or not, 11th house is going to give us the answer. Okay, income sources. So this is one of the most important houses, and it's ruled by Mercury, M-E. I'm written up there. It's the sign of Gemini and it's ruled by Mercury. This is 11th house. Next is the 12th house. 12th house is the house of your expenses. Okay, so whatever your monthly or your daily expenses are going to be, they are seen through 12th house. And 12th house is also the house of investments. Like if you want to see what kind of investments that are good as per my chart, whether investing in real estate, government bonds, equity, share market, stock market, maybe investments into metals also, apart from any other gold investments also. So what kind of investments that are going to be very suitable for you? This is the house. And last one is your second house. This is the savings account. Now savings simply mean where you are going to save your money. Second house not only represents your money and wealth, it's also the house of family combined assets. So if for example you belong to a business class family, suppose your father and mother, or maybe they are running some sort of a restaurant business, real estate business, construction business, any family business. So whatever their combined assets which you are going to receive is also seen through the second house. So it's actually the cumulation. Okay. Now understand one more thing here. In Vedic astrology, some things are predestined and there are few things which are in your hand. Okay. Now this house is the house which also represents certain drid karma, fixed karmas. Okay. Fixed karma simply mean you are destined to born in certain house actually, or simply you have no capacity to choose your parents. Like it's not in your hand to decide in which family I'm going to take birth. So wealth and money is not only based over the hard work of a person. Don't think like that only I'm going to work hard and I'm going to attain money. No. The money and wealth is also seen with bhagya, that is the fortune, with your luck factor also. That is why 9th house is also very important. It's also seen through your 5th house, that is your past life deeds or the purv sanchit karma, whatever the good bad deeds that you have bring forward in this life. So these two houses are also very important in order for you to understand the exact picture. I understand these are the money and wealth houses. Okay, they are very important, but these are the supporting houses. Without the support of the trines, specifically 5th and this 9th house, it's very difficult for you to look into the fructification of the RajYogas and the wealth yogas in your chart. Okay, so these houses are first of all very important. Now you need to pay attention here and listen to me very carefully. This is your 11th house. It's ruled by Mercury. Now first of all, if Mercury is going in this house or if it is posited in that house, okay, because this house is also ruled by Mercury with the sign of Virgo. So if Mercury is in this house in the sign of Gemini, or if it is in this house, this is the first great Laxmi yoga present in your chart. Now second thing, if the planet Moon from the 12th house is moving into the second house. Now see, this is the house of, I told you it's the house of your expenses. Now expenses lord is going in the house of savings. What is happening when expense is entering in the savings account? It means it's a wealth losing combination. It becomes very difficult for you to save huge amount of money because of this combination. It's not only applicable to Moon going here. Even for example, if your savings lord Mercury is up there. Now Mercury is your savings lord and even the incoming gains lord. Now it's also going into the 12th house. So this combination is going to create difficulty in the savings part. Very difficult for you to save huge amount of money. And it's not necessarily Mercury and Moon are only posited in these houses. It may be Mercury and Moon are up there. Suppose Mercury and Moon are conjunct in this house. It may be in this house, that house, wherever they are posited. So it's very difficult for you to save money, because whenever the incoming gain lord or the savings lord, they are forming some sort of connection with the 12th house, this is going to create a very good investment combination. And for Leo ascendant, Mercury is also the karaka and significant of the speculation, speculative gains, financial transactions that are happening on the daily basis. So it means Mercury have the capacity to create a very, very good RajYoga from the money and wealth perspective into your life. So you understand, first of all, the importance of these three houses. Now, this is an exceptional ascendant, Leo, because for you people, these two houses are ruled by same planet. In the previous ascendants, which I have discussed, every house is ruled by some other different planet. Like take the example of Aries ascendant. So if you put one number up there, just like take the example so that you can understand my point well. If I put one number up there, two up there, it's the Aries I'm talking about. So it's actually going 11 and it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now understand, there is an exception in the Leo ascendant. It's an exceptional ascendant. So I'm marking star up there. Okay. For Aries ascendant, this house, second number, it's ruled by Venus. Its 11th house ruled by 11 number, which is the sign of Aquarius. It means planet Saturn, and it's 12, it's Jupiter. So Venus, Saturn and Jupiter, they are ruling these houses. But in the case of specifically Leo ascendant, it's an exceptional ascendant. By I mean to say exceptional ascendant, both your 11th houses and even your second house, it's ruled by the same planet. So these houses are ruled by the same planet. So planet Mercury is very, very important in order for you to form or see the RajYogas. The very first thing is you need to determine the condition of Mercury. Now let me come to the second point. 5th house, 7th house and 9th house. And that is where the picture is becoming more and more bigger actually. For example, if Mercury is first of all creating any sort of connection with these houses, it means Mercury is here, for example, Saturn and Mercury and Mars and Mercury. All these three are the Laxmi yogas. It's even not necessary whether Jupiter and Mercury are present up there or they are present up there. Jupiter, Mercury here or here, it's considered as a RajYoga, because here your Purav Sanchit Karma is in connection with the money and wealth part. It's also not necessary which zodiac sign these two planets are posited in. It's not necessary. It may be they are in the debilitation. For example, Jupiter is debilitated and this is with Mercury. Now this is still a Laxmi Yoga. Although here Jupiter is in the sign of Capricorn and Capricorn is the zodiac sign of Jupiter debilitation, but still this is a Laxmi Yoga. Next is with Saturn and Mercury. Now Saturn is your 7th house lord. 7th house is actually the house which represents your marriage and the married life aspect. 7th house also represents the business. It may be partnership business, profit sharing basis business, commission oriented business, any sort of businesses. It may be independent business. Business is seen through the 7th house, and 7th house is also responsible for the marriage. Now I will tell you, whenever for Leo ascendant, you are going to go through Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha, and if Saturn is with Mercury in your horoscope, this is going to form the very great Laxmi Yoga. Even the event of marriage, and if Saturn and Mercury is present anywhere in the chart, it may be Saturn and Mercury are up there. It's not necessary only here, it may be in this house. But if your 7th house lord is in connection with this two money houses, it's going to be considered as a very great RajYoga or very great Laxmi Yoga. It means the event of marriage is going to bless you with fortune. And even it's not necessary you are going to attract a very wealthy spouse or life partner into your life with this combination. It may be whatever you are doing right now, maybe you are earning 100,000, that part will get converted into the 1 million. So the strength of this yoga is very, very powerful for you people. Next is your 9th house lord. This is Mars. Now this is also one of the most important houses, because understand one very important thing here. Mars for you people is becoming a Yogakaraka Graha. Yogakaraka simply mean, if you look here, this 8 number, it's the sign of Scorpio, it's ruled by Mars. And the 1 number is the sign of Aries. So these both houses are ruled by Mangal Graha. Mangal mean Mars. So one zodiac sign of Mars is falling in the quadrant house. These are the quadrant houses. These houses. This is first house, this is 4th house, 7th house, and even this is the 10th house. So these are the quadrant houses. Okay. So even if, for example, this Mercury and Mars combination, because Mars is a Yogakaraka planet, it is gaining control over one quadrant and one trine house. So the combination of quadrant and trine is going to create a Laxmi Narayan Yoga. These are the Narayan Sthans where Lord Vishnu reside, and these are the Lakshmi Sthanas where goddess of wealth reside. Okay. So I told you money and wealth is not only based over your hard work, it's based over your Purv Sanchit Karma, and it's based over your Bhagya as well. So this is very important for you to check where this planet Mars is going. Even for example, Mars is with Moon for this ascendant. Okay, this Lord is going up there, and Mars is going there, and this Mars is up there. Now understand one thing here. Although Moon is your 12th house Lord, 12th house is the house of expenses and investment. So it's not necessarily this Mars and Moon combination is only going to increase the expense, although this is going to increase expense. But if you are spending more money, it means you are gaining some money. If there is no money, how you are going to spend in your life? So this Moon and Mars is also going to create a very great Lakshmi Yoga. Similarly with Saturn Moon also. Suppose I put Moon up there. Shani Chandra Yuti. Although this combination is going to create a negative impact in the 7th house of marriage and the married life aspect, but in the positive side, for Leo ascendant, wherever Saturn Moon is posited in the chart, it's still considered as a Lakshmi Yoga. This combination is also creating some foreign connection with the spouse and life partner. Maybe you are going to meet your spouse in the foreign land and foreign country. Saturn also represents your professional friend circle. So with the help of that part, you are going to meet it. So in that way, you can also predict the meeting circumstances. Similarly, I will tell you, look here, this is Jupiter actually. Now Jupiter and Moon, if for example, Jupiter and Moon are present in this chart. Now here, 5th house, this is the house of Purv Sanchit Karma. And 5th house also represents your children actually. So if the 5th house Lord Jupiter is forming connection with the 12th house Lord anywhere in the chart, Jupiter Moon here, anywhere in the chart, it's still considered as a Lakshmi Yoga. Now I have discussed many Lakshmi Yogas, but you need to understand there are going to be strength of these yogas are going to vary a lot. Maybe some yogas are capable to give you $1 billion, some are capable to give you only $1 million, some are capable to give you 100,000, some are going to give you only certain amount of living. Now how do you actually determine the strength of out of all the yogas which I have discussed with you? The very first thing you need to see if the yoga is created in the money and wealth houses. If the yoga is forming in these houses, it's considered as the very strong, exceptionally strong yoga. Secondly, if the yoga is happening in the quadrant houses, 1st house, 4th house, 7th house and 10th house, and if the yoga is forming in the trine houses, 5th and the 9th house, this is the second. So the strength is little bit slightly reduced actually. Third thing, if the yoga created by the planets are forming in the other houses, it may be Dushtana or some other houses, maybe here, 3rd house, 6th house, 8th house, or it may be your 10th house or 12th house also. If the yoga is created in these houses, its power is very less actually. You can take the example of a Jupiter and Mercury. If for example for you people Jupiter and Mercury are present up there, or in some chart Jupiter and Mercury are up there, so which yoga is more powerful, this one or that one? Obviously this yoga. Why this yoga? Because it's forming in the quadrant houses. I told you second one is the quadrant and trine houses, so strength is very high in this and it's going to be less in this. Okay, so in this way you need to actually first of all understand, study the combinations which are specifically created by certain planets and certain houses. Okay, now I'm going to take you one step more deeper, and here we are going to discuss with regards to the Rahu and Ketu axis. Now you can look here, Rahu and Ketu. Now these are the 7 planets, but Rahu and Ketu also have the capacity to actually amplify the wealth giving yogas, amplification factor. Suppose Jupiter and Mercury is capable to give you that much if you simply add Rahu in it. It's a retrograde. I'm marking star up there. Star is using to denote the retrograde energy. So if Jupiter Mercury is with Rahu, it's a very expanded yoga. It means tenfold strength is actually present inside this yoga. Similarly, even if Saturn is with Rahu in your 7th house, it's also considered as a very great Raj Yoga. It may be Jupiter is going up there. It's also going to be considered as a very great Raj Yoga, because whenever the Rahu and Ketu, these planets are actually acting as a catalyst. Now if you are a chemistry student, you understand what is catalyst. The main use of catalyst is to speed up the chemical reaction. So this is the speeding phenomena. Speeding means these grahas have the capacity to speed up certain Raj Yogas. Even it's not only with the Rahu, with the Ketu also. For example, Mercury, Moon and Ketu. This is again considered as a very great Raj Yoga. Although second house is the house of your family also, this have the capacity to create lot of problems inside you and your family. But Ketu in conjunction or going in the money and wealth houses is a promising factor. Like I'm definitely going to give you wealth here. Because it's not the Ketu which is giving you wealth, it's a spiritual planet. Rahu is going to give you wealth because Rahu is going directly opposite. It may be Ketu is up there, Mercury with Ketu. So Rahu is up there. So it's becoming Jupiter, Rahu, Mercury, Ketu. 5th and 11th axis. This is also very powerful axis in order for you to see the Raj Yogas or the money and wealth giving yogas which are actually present in your chart. So you see how the Rahu and Ketu is also creating the exemplifying factor inside these houses and the planets in the Raj Yoga formation. Next is the Gati of planets. Gati is one of the most important topics of Vedic astrology, because Gati simply means first of all speed of a graha. Every planet is moving with certain speeds actually, okay? Now you need to first of all understand there are certain fast moving planets and there are certain slow moving planets. Fast moving planets include planet Mercury, planet Moon, planet Mars, even planet Sun. These are fast moving planets. Even Venus also. Fast moving planet tend to stay in one zodiac sign for maybe 1 month, 2 month or 3 month time duration. And there are certain slow moving planets, specifically like Saturn. It's a slow moving. Jupiter is also a slow moving. And Rahu and Ketu axis is also a slow moving. Okay. Saturn stays in one zodiac sign for approximately 3 years. Jupiter stays in one zodiac sign for 1 year. Rahu and Ketu stays in one zodiac sign for approximately 1 and 5 years. Now, how do you use these planetary energies with this here? Look closely. Suppose Mercury is with Ketu in this house. Now, what is happening? Ketu is a slow moving planet. whereas Mercury is a fast moving planet. Specifically for Leo Ascendant, look into these 3 houses. These houses are actually ruled by fast moving Graha. Mercury is ruling these 2 houses and Moon is ruling this 12th house of expense and investment. It means specifically for Leo Ascendant, first of all, you have the capacity to acquire easy money because of your money and wealth houses. It might be differing from Ascendant to Ascendant. For Aries Ascendant, Saturn is ruling this house. So it means for Aries people, money making is a bit slow as compared to Leo Ascendant. Because for Leo, Mercury is a fast moving Graha. Now, if the fast moving planet is creating or forming the connection with the slow moving planet, this have the capacity to reduce the speed of that RajYoga. For example, I will give you one example so that you can understand my point well, what I'm trying to say. Suppose Mercury is here. Okay. Now this is a fast moving planet. Suppose now I put Shani, Jupiter also. Now what is happening here? Mercury is a fast moving planet and it's getting connect with the slow moving planet. These are the slow moving Graha. So whenever the slow moving Graha is entering into realm of the fast moving planet, this have the capacity to actually slow down the speed or slow down the process. You see few people, they are becoming sudden rich. Sudden fame is coming in their life. Whereas on the other hand, few people need to work very hard to attain the same kind of a thing in their life. Why that is happening? Because of Gati of the planets. And it's also going to create impact in your earnings, expense and investment and even the savings part. Because for example, 12th house is the house of investments, is ruled by planet Moon. Okay. Now if I put Moon with Saturn, okay, it's not retrograde. I will explain retrograde also. If I put Moon and Saturn up there. So what is happening? 12th house is the house of your expenses. If Moon is all alone, it means you are going to spend a lot of money very, very fast. As soon as Saturn goes, this is going to control your expenses up to a very large extent. It means you will not be able to spend your money freely because it's creating restriction up there. Similarly with investments also. Because Saturn is a vision, it's a planet of vision also. It means only the investment that you are going to do for the longer duration of time, they are going to give you better returns. Similarly with Saturn and Mercury and Jupiter also. Mercury is a planet of speculation, speculative gains. Your 5th house Lord Jupiter is also involved in this conjunction. 5th house also represents speculation, share market, stock market. Even any sort of gambling, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, okay. Now, if that 5th house Lord Jupiter is with Mercury and Saturn, what is happening? This combination is only permitting you to earn or gain money by doing long-term investments. Short-term investments are not going to be helping you. Whereas on the other hand, if Mercury is with Moon in this chart, anywhere, this is the combination of making easy money. So this is the intraday traders, Mercury and Moon conjunction. Even if you people invest into some other metals, maybe technology, anything, any sectors, or your mind is actually going to go towards that sector that have the capacity to grow more rapidly. So it's the rapid expansion, whereas if Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, Ketu X is involved, it's going to slow up the speed. Okay. Next, now let me come to the retrogression part. It's very, very important concept. Okay. Now let's try to understand retrograde and combust planets now. Now in the very simplest definition, I'm going to give you what is retrograde in Vedic astrology. Suppose you are committing similar kind of a mistakes again and again into your life. You commit one financial mistake right now, and after 6 months or 1 year, you are committing the same financial mistake. After 5 years, you are committing the same financial mistake. So commitment of mistakes again and again and again into your life is the meaning of a retrogression. This is the simplest definition. Now, for example, this Saturn is retrograde with Moon. What is happening? What is the difference between Moon Saturn conjunction or if Moon is with the retrograde Saturn conjunction? Whenever the retrogression is happening to any planet, this is going to create a cycle. Cyclic karma. Suppose this is point A. You start from this point. It's the journey of your life. You will once again going to reach up there. It's mean you are evolving around similar kind of a circumstances again and again and again. You can also understand this part in the more simpler manner. If the person with non-retrogression, if the person is not having any retrograde planet, although Rahu and Ketu are always retrograde, okay, but except Rahu and Ketu, if suppose out of all the other planets they are not retrograde, so that person need to fail 5 times to achieve something. Whereas the person with the retrograde planets in his or her chart need to fail 15 times to achieve the same thing. One person is failing 5 times and other person is failing 50 and 20 times. And why retrogression planets are going to do this thing? Because they are striving towards achieving perfection. Perfection. Wherever you see retrograde planets in your chart, try to look that planet and house from the angle of perfection. If for you people, your Mercury is a retrograde with planet Moon. Now I told you it's a combination of making easy money. But you are also going to commit a lot of financial mistakes here. Because retrograde planets always striving towards achieving the perfection. Until and unless you are not perfect, they are not going to leave you. You are going to be continuously revolving in a circle. Round and round and round and round. So you understand, it's a cyclic motion or the cyclic karma created by retrograde planets. But it's not a bad thing. If the planet is leading you towards perfection, it's not a bad thing. Many people, they try to do many activities to actually go towards achieving the perfection. But you are blessed if you are having retrograde planets. Although this might going to create initially frustration, agitation inside you, like why I need to fail more, but it's your karma which you need to deal in this present life. This is a drid karma. Drid means fixed. Just like you cannot change your parents and siblings, it's also drid karma. Next important thing is the combust planets. Suppose this Mercury is combust at the same time. Now, first of all, in combustion to happen, planet Sun must need to be very, very nearer in your chart. Now, Surya is your ascendant lord. I told you Leo is an exceptional ascendant. I have written the star up there. The first exception I discussed is these 2 houses are ruled by same planet. Second exception is your ascendant lord. Now, first of all, I will tell you, combust planets, they are not going to lose their significance. The planet, they are getting combust if they are in very close proximity with Surya. Okay, if they are in very tight conjunction, maybe between 1 to 11, 13 degrees, if they are closely conjunct, the planet is getting combust. Now, whenever the first of all planets are getting combust, they are not going to lose their significance. So, there is no need for you to bother if my Mercury is combust in the chart. Oh my goodness, this is combust, now what I am going to do? Combustion of Mercury is not going to lose its significance. Similarly, if Mars is combust and suppose Sun is present up there, it's creating a Angarak yoga, lot of heat present inside this stomach or lot of heat present inside this conjunction also. The reason I told you stomach, because it's in the sign of Aries. Surya is going to create lot of Ushanta. It's your 4th house, Lord Mars. So this is going to create heat inside you. Now suppose Mars is combust and this is with Sun. Still I will tell you Mars is not going to lose its significance. planet, they are not going to leave their core behavior or core character. If first of all one planet is malefic, it will remain malefic. One is benefic, this will remain benefic. The only main simple thing you need to understand with the combustion of the planets, like if one planet is getting combust in the chart and if it is retrograde, for example, at the same time, this is going to create a loop, and the maturity age of that particular planet have the capacity to nullify the negative yogas created by that part. In this case, if Mars has combust, Mars matured at the age of 28. Every planet in Vedic astrology have certain maturity ages. So only up till the age of 28 you are going to receive its negative results. But combustion is not going to burn the significance. Keep that point in your mind. Okay. Lastly, let me come to the timings part. Now timings are very important. I know many of you are watching this video till end. Now I'm going to disclose a very interesting secret with regards to timings. I know many of you are familiar with Vimshotri Mahadashas in Vedic astrology. I will note it down. Vimshotri Mahadasha, Dasha. It's a short form I'm written. Okay. Vimshotri Mahadasha. Now I will tell you, first of all, pay attention towards the Vimshotri Mahadasha. Now I understand there are many set of dashas in Vedic astrology. There are certain Udu dashas also, Chara dasha is also working at the same time, Dvisaptiti Samdasha. Even there are certain other Narayani dashas are also running in the chart. So there are different set of dashas. But in 95% of the charts, Vimshotri Mahadasha is going to work. I understand there is an exception in 5% charts, where might going to be some different dasha system is going to be work. But even I will tell you, in that 5% people, still you can give good predictions with the Vimshotri Mahadasha. So look into the Vimshotri Mahadasha first of all. Look which planet is operating. And secondly, the key planet is Antardasha planet. I will use some different ANTAR, Antardasha. Antardasha is the sub period. Suppose you are going through a 16 years long period of Jupiter Mahadasha. In between, suppose Saturn Antardasha come into play. Now, Antardasha Lord is the key planet. And secondly, whenever the Antardasha Lord is operating and the transit of the planet is also happening through the same house, this is going to create the timing of event. I will give you one example. Suppose you are having, let me actually use this house now. Other houses are preoccupied now. It's Venus and Saturn, for example. Now, if in your chart, you are suppose operating through Saturn Mahadasha, 19 years long period, Antardasha of Venus is operating right now. Okay. Now, whenever in the Gochar, in the transit, Venus is transiting over this natal Venus, it's going to create a big events. Similarly, it's applicable to money and wealth houses. If, for example, your Mercury is present up there and in the Gochar, Mercury is running, and if it is going over the same Mercury, natal Mercury, it's applicable to specifically these houses lords. So you need to pay attention towards Mercury, even planet Moon, even Jupiter, Saturn and Mars. So whenever in the Gochar or in the transit, these planets are transiting over their natal zodiac signs. Suppose for you people, Saturn is present up there. Jupiter is also up there. Now whenever the transit of the Saturn is happening over this natal Saturn, and if any of these two planets are also coming in the Antardasha or the sub period, it's also going to create the fructification of the RajYogas into your life. This is the simplest method I'm teaching you. Simplest method. Pick the Antardasha Lord planet, look into the Gochar transit, wherever the planets are posited, if they are transiting over the natal graha, and that planet falling in the Antardasha is going to create the event fructification into your life. Now, events might be linked with the event of marriage. Event of marriage is creating that wealth. It may be connected with your 9th house of long distance travel and long distance journey. You are traveling abroad. So you can also determine the timings of traveling abroad as well. It may be timings of obtaining a childbirth in your life. Suppose the baby is coming. So as soon as the event of childbirth is happening, 5th house is becoming activated. So your Purva Sanchit Karma, whatever good or bad, is actually going to get activated, and this is going to start giving you results. If you want to learn about more with regards to activation of RajYogas, you can watch my videos in the playlist section actually. I have recently made videos like there are 5 techniques in which you can activate certain Laxmi yogas and wealth yogas in your chart. So you can please watch that videos in order for you to gain more insights. Okay. So I hope for Leo people you have gained some insights in this video with me. If you are having any queries, any consultations, you can also please contact me over my email ID. If you require any other marriage, business, spiritual, money and wealth consultation, anything you want to learn, please do let me know. Also, if you find even a small insight in this video, you can also send me super thanks, okay? Because any small contribution from your side will eventually help me feel more motivated to create more such videos over the YouTube platform. Also, you can feel free to subscribe my channel below. Make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And please go through this video 2 times. If in one time you are not understanding, repeat it. Even you can share this YouTube channel with your friends and family members who are in love with Vedic astrology. You can also follow me on Instagram as well. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Okay. So till then, please take care of yourself and may Lord Jagannath bless you. Hare Krishna.